Hey everyone, how are you? Good evening. I hope you are doing well. Happy Saturday. It's a cold and windy day here in the Northeast. I hope your side of the world is calmer than mine right now, but we are grateful to God for life, for yet another beautiful day. It's the weekend. Let me know, what are you doing? What part of the world are you watching me from? All right, so let's get into it. So, what if I could tell you that your belief and expectations are the key to unlocking the life you've been praying for? Imagine waking up each day with a mindset that what you desire is already on its way. Belief and expectation are not just ideas, they are powerful forces that can transform your life. So I want to welcome you all again into today's live section. I am excited to share a message that been on my mind for the longest, and I've been thinking of how am I going to share it, when am I going to share it, and I found the courage to share that today. The power of believing and having an expectation. You must believe and you must have an expectation if you want to see the results that you want in your life, the dreams, the aspirations. You need to have a belief system. You need to believe hard, believe quick, and believe fast, and have an expectation that whatever you're believing is going to come to pass. Whether it's in your personal goal, in your career, or even in starting something new, like an online business like myself, your belief and expectation can make all the difference, can make a great deal of a difference in achieving those goals, right? I want to discuss that belief is the foundation of achievement. Belief is the foundation of achievement for any achievement at all. Belief is the foundation. So let's start with this powerful scriptures from Hebrew 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Isn't that amazing? Faith is about trusting in the unseen, believing that what you desire is possible even when you don't see it yet. This reminds me of starting my online business. I haven't seen the result. I haven't seen myself succeeding that, oh, yes, I'm going to succeed, right? But I've not seen the money in the beginning. I just had the thought that, like, I have to do something different. I have to do something beside my job, beside my career. I wanted to go into business. Business have always been on my mind, but I did not know how to go about it until I found this online business. So, talking about faith, talking about your belief and your expectation, those three goes hand in hand. Your faith is your believing, right? Your expectation is in your believing. You have to have those three well mannered together in a way that you see them intermingled. One does not work outside the other. You marinate them very well, and it starts with your believing. I didn't have all the answers. I couldn't even see how it will work out for me at first, but I believed. I believed that, I can succeed. I can do this. I believe that I can be able to succeed doing the business. I see myself successful every day. I have to believe that. I don't care what anybody else have to say or what they believe about what I do, but what I believe is the most important thing. Your own belief affects you more than what someone else says or believe about you. So that belief becomes the fuel that keeps you going. My believing that I will succeed in my business was the fuel that kept me going in my business, that kept me moving. Now I'm in year 3 of this business, right? So it's the belief. You have to remind yourself that you have what it takes to do whatever you've set your mind to. Theodore Roosevelt said this: believe you can, and you're halfway there. So let me ask you, what are you believing for today? What are you believing for? What have you believed for in 2024? What have you believed for in January? What did you believe for in March, April, May, June, July? Now November. What are you believing for today? What dream is waiting on you to say, I believe this is possible? We have so much. We have so much, so much, so much to offer the world. We have God has packaged us with so many things in us, and somebody is waiting for you to open it up like a flower budding out in the morning with a ray of sunshine. You have to believe it's possible. What's that dream? You have to believe it's possible. Because when I started my business, I had to believe. I have to work on my belief. One thing that I knew I didn't do initially was I didn't believe fast enough that I could succeed doing what I do now, because I was wired as an employee. I was wired to work and go to have a job, look for the next best gig. But when I found my business solution, I knew this is it. I had to believe. I have to believe that I'll be successful, that this is a vehicle that will deliver the financial freedom and independence that I'm looking for, and the time freedom. Because a lot of us hear this thing has become a cliche. Can this be for you what you're looking for? What you that the missing ingredient? You're not believing enough. You're not believing that you can achieve what you set your mind to. I always tell people when they criticize me or say things or care to hear me speak, and I'll tell them, God did not give the vision of your life to me just as much as he did not give the vision of my life to you. He gave it to you. He gave mine to me. All about Hadiza is in Hadiza, right? So Hadiza have to birth just as much as you have to birth the visions, the dreams. There's sometimes you have something, you're so passionate about it, and you go share with someone like, uh-huh. They're not seeing it. And you can force them to see it. And when you believe it, believe, believe, believe. Don't let someone else put you down. Thank you so much for watching me. I appreciate you joining me today. Oh my goodness. Perpetrator says, thank you for this. I appreciate that. Thank you for this. Yes, this just popped out of nowhere. Oh no, I've been on the 90-day challenge, Perpetrator. I've been sharing about who I am. My name is Hadiza. I'm an online business owner. I share about online business, how to make money leveraging social media. And I have a Facebook platform. I have Instagram, YouTube. Thank you, PayPal. You are joining me from my YouTube channel right now. I'm on Instagram and I'm on LinkedIn as well. So I'm passionate about my online business, and that's what I share. But today I'm talking about the power of having belief and expectation. And my first point, and I'm just talking about, is believing is the foundation, of any achievement. You have to believe. You have to believe. You have to believe yourself, your ability to do it, because everybody cannot be you just as you can. If everybody's a designer in the world, I'm telling you, it's going to be a boring world, because a designer is this type that can be comfortable inside the house and not go out in a week. I can choose to be me in my house, and I can still function in a group of people. That's me. Imagine if all of us is the same. Every one of us is different. So God have a vision for you. It's like a puzzle. Every one of us is a piece of a puzzle in this world. You bring your color. I'm Nigerian. We eat a lot of spicy, peppery, and all kinds of food, right? So if I'm meat and I use Maggi, I use my peppers, my onions. If any part of it is missing in my soup, for instance, we have the melon soup, we call it egusi. If any part of it is missing, somebody that have the taste bud for that food will tell that is missing from it. Everybody prepared their different way, but every time you eat it, it's delicious. Why? Because there's a piece of different ingredient that make that. And I believe every part of the world has that. Every food we make, there are certain ingredient. So what I'm saying in essence is this: you as an individual have to believe in yourself first. Others will believe in you later. But for you to achieve anything in life, you have to believe. And that's why Theodore Roosevelt said that believe you can, and you're halfway there. You're the 100% of what we do, 90% of it have to do with our mindset and is core in our believing. That is core in our believing. That is core. Oh, thank you. That blessed my heart. You needed to hear this. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate every moment of that. Thank you for connecting with me today. I'm glad I came on live when I did. So yes, we need to believe that it's possible and you're halfway there. So what is that dream that you are holding off? You're not believing enough. Maybe you've even started something already, but you're not believing enough, and that's limiting you. You're not believing enough that you can do it. You don't have the skill set to do it. You don't believe enough that it's worth doing, that you invest your time and energy and resources into it. Only your believing can bring about the change you need in your life. So, what is that dream that you can say, yes, is possible to today? Let's get dreaming. All right, let's move on. So, I want to talk about expectation. Expectation activates your faith. Expectation activates your faith. Yes, it's good to believe. Do you expect that what you're believing will come to pass? You will see it. Let's talk about expectation, right? It's one thing to believe, but expecting is what activates the belief. In the scriptures, Matthew 21:22 says, and whatever you ask in prayer, and this is key, whatever you ask, what are those dreams, those aspirations, those things you're praying about, you're asking, you're thinking, is on your mind, topmost of your mind, you will receive if you have faith. When you pray or you set a goal, do you truly expect it to happen? Because a lot of us, and myself included, right? We do a lot of talking. We do a lot of talking, and not much of what is expected of us. The expectation here is when you believe whatever you pray, you get the answer. When you say, okay, I want to become a supervisor on my job, I want to start my own business, I want to be able to make this amount of money in a year, I want to be able to travel maybe to France, to any place, or travel the world. I have that dream. We all have that dream. Sometimes we don't believe that it can happen. And what this expectation is, it activates our faith because it activates our believing. So when I say, okay, I pray or have a vision about traveling the world, I have to expect that I'm actually going to travel. And that's where our goal setting comes in. That's where our being strategic come in. But you have to expect it. I call expectation our human superpower because you can believe. Believing is in your mind. Expectation is also in your mind. But when you believe and then you expect that thing to come, it gives it life. It's like you have a car without the gasoline, it's not going to move. Everything else might be brand new car, engine, everything new, brand new, right from the lot. But if you don't have no gas in that car, it's not going to go anywhere. So see expectation as a form of gas that activates the engine of your car to work. So your expectation activates your belief. So that's what Matthew 21:22 is saying. And whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive if you believe. You will have it. So when you pray, or set a goal, do you truly expect that what you've been praying for, what you've been believing is going to come to pass? Let me share a quick story. When I started my online business, I didn't just believe, it could work. I expect it to work because one, I've made a financial commitment. Two, I've, making time commitment. It got to work. And apart from that, I'm procrastinating everywhere, right? So I didn't just believe it could work. I expect it to work. I visualized success about my business. I planned for it. I acted like it was already mine. I want to count those hundreds and thousands of dollars. I believe and I expected that. So that expectation guided my action. That expectation guided my mindset every day because I'm expecting to make so and so amount of money in my business. There are things that I have to do. There are things I don't have to do. There are places I need to go, and there are places I don't have to go. So when you believe, when you pray about something, you set a goal about something. Because most of us, why I'm saying this is so passionate in my mind is because a lot of us don't know how to achieve results in our life or whatever area. And one thing I've come to realize is in this area because it happened to me. And most times I tell you guys, when I come to share stuff here, I share from experience because and other people's experiences as well. Because when I fail to believe something, sometimes we just say, oh, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe I could fly. But did you ever attempt to fly? Right? I believe I can do this. Oh, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, good. What are you doing to prove that intelligence? What are you doing to leverage that intelligence? What are you doing to show us that you're smart, you're skilled, you have the ability to deliver? That's why I'm doing these videos that, yes, these are beyond recitations or positive affirmations. You have to do certain things. I expect it to happen. That guide my actions, how I spend my time. Do I just go turn on my Netflix and watch movies, shows not end season after season? That used to be me. Why? I chose to create a new narrative. It doesn't mean that all those things are bad, but it's not the best use of my time if I want to achieve the kind of result I wanted in my business. That means I have to be guided by my expectation, and my expectation activates what I'm believing. I'm believing to be successful in my business. Therefore, what do? I plan my day, I plan my month, I plan my week, I plan my year in the things that I do. So that expectation will guide your action, will guide your mindset, what you think about. What are those voices in our head saying to us? Because sometimes we say some things out, but in our head we counteract it. But because I'm believing and expecting the best, I watch what I say with my mouth. I watch what goes in my ear. I watch what I'm looking at. I don't put before my eyes things that will bring some doubt or skepticism about what I'm believing for. Let me know if it makes sense to you. Thank you for joining me. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, Papa. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, yes, it's with expectation. Absolutely. Our expectation is key. We need to expect that whatever we set our mind to do, we're going to get that result, but we have to set our expectation right. So here's a motivational quote I want you to remember. Expect great things and great things will happen. What you expect, you attract. Are you expecting to be sick? Guess what? You'll be sick. Because some people are like, oh, the cold is here. I'm going to catch a cold. Trust me, you catch that cold because that's the expectation you have. Then you ask yourself, why am I always sick? Because you're expecting it. Especially we now that it's getting cold and winter is coming. Some people expect to have allergies. Some people expect to have cold. Some people expect to catch all kinds of stuff. No, not me. You set expectation for the right thing, and the right thing will come. You set expectation for the wrong thing, the wrong things will come. Some of us say, oh, I don't get it. No, you get it. We're already setting expectations, whether we like it or not. We human beings, we are designed and wired to set expectation. That's one of our superpowers that God gave to us. But one thing is that we either harness it for the right thing or for the wrong thing. Either way, it cannot be just left dormant. Have you noticed your mind, the amount of thoughts and things that goes on in there per second or microseconds? So we are unique, we are wired. And what my charge to us today is leverage that ability that God has given you for the good. You dream of paying off your mortgage, expect to pay it off. Set a date. Set a date. Learn about how to pay off mortgage. Learn about who have paid off their mortgage within a short period of time. What did they do? You want to buy a house. Learn about how to buy a house. Set your expectation. Create a vision board. Look at it. Speak to it. Believe you have it. Believe and see yourself in that house. That is believing and expectation working together. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Papa, for yes, absolutely. It makes me expect great things and great things will happen. Absolutely. We have to expect it. We don't just say it, we expect it. You believe every day you wake up like the best things are coming my way. The right people are coming my way. That's what I like. No, best customers are coming to me today. Oh, they're reaching out to me. They want me. And I get those calls. And I got those emails and I get those messages because I'm expecting them to come. And it will set the tone for your day, for your belief, and for the outcome you want. Absolutely. You have to do that. So yeah, we have to set our mind. So whatever you expect, you attract. So you are expecting breakthrough in your life in any area, or you're expecting defeat. Of course, you're expecting to break through. You're expecting good result. Your expectation will set the tone for your outcome. Whatever you expect, that is going to come. It's not just there. Life is not set in default. You have to activate it, which is activate your faith, activate your belief, with expectation. You have to expect it to come. Now I prayed about it. I'm expecting it to come. I'm believing for $100,000. I'm setting my mind. It's going to come. How it's going to come is not my business, but I know it's going to come. That's expectation. That is expectation. Now, I also want to talk about align your belief and expectation with action. Because when you believe and you now expecting, you have to act on what you believe, the expectation of the outcome you're believing. So look at the work or the action as the thread that ties everything together and make it work. So you have a brand new car in my earlier analogy. The engine and everything is working. You're believing, you put the gas in. Your expectation, you sit in there in the car. You put your hand on the steering wheel. If you don't press the ignition and throttle, you're going to stay there. That is action. So the action is what? Press the ignition and throttle and you move. Now you get to your destination. So you have to align belief and expectation with action. So belief and expectation alone won't do it. You must act in alignment with them. James 2:26 in the scripture says, faith without work is dead. If you believe and expect, you must also take steps towards your goal, even small steps, small ones. You have those goals, you have those dreams, you have the vision, but you have all this set up, but you have to make a deliberate step. You have to get up from your bed. You have to maybe narrow your TV watching time, social media scrolling time, in as much as I want you to engage with me. That is beautiful. Now, once you hear me, this should encourage you. This should inspire you. This should educate you to say, okay, fine. Hadiza said this. I'm going to pick out my dreams, dust them up and begin to fund them. begin to do what I need to do. I need to write a better resume. Maybe you want an executive, a sweet kind of job. You want to become a supervisor. You want a different job. You want to change your career. Get up. The work is do your resume. Send this resume out. Prepare for the interview. Go for the interview. You want to start a business? Learn what type of business do I want to do? Do I want to do whatever Adiza is doing or something else? Go into then the action, the activities that will bring about that result. It's like you sitting, in my analogy, in the car, holding the steering, starting the ignition, throttle, and then you go. Those are the action. Now you're not putting that car to the best of what it's created for, because instead of impacting your driveway or in the garage, hey, you're riding with it in the highway, and you're getting the results that you want. So here's my challenge. I want to encourage you that whatever you are hoping for, start acting on it. Once you start acting on it, it's already yours, because you have your believing check is working right. Your expectations is there, check. You put the action in. So those three, you believe, you expect, you act. You believe, you expect, you act. You believe, you expect, you act. That is how we get results in anything in life. You have to believe it, you have to expect it, and you have to act. There are other indices here and there that make all this, but these are the three framework. You have to believe, and that belief you expect. What you expect will come to you when you put the action behind it. All right. So here's my challenge also. Spend time this week strengthening your belief and raising your expectation. How do you do that? You sit down, write one thing or the other that you want to achieve, and then you commit to it. Commit to believing that that you want is possible. Commit to it that is possible. And then start expecting that thing to come. Visualize, see yourself in your mind's eye, that thing coming to you. Speak it into existence. Maybe a brand new car, for instance, you want a car. You visualize seeing yourself with a car. Think of it. What type of car it is? What color is the car? What is the inside of the car look like? What does the engine sound like? What is a leather, red leather, brown leather? Like go to the intricate details of how you want that car to look like. You visualize seeing it. For instance, when we talk of visualization, let me put it this way, it's very simple. If I ask you to tell me, for instance, I'm in Brooklyn, New York, describe downtown Brooklyn where the Atlantic Mall is. I'm not there right now, but I can describe it. Because in my mind, I've been there, I can see it. So in your mind, go to your mind and go there in your mind. And then you can see. That's what we talk when we talk visualization. Don't make it too mystical, like some mystical thing. You just, and like I just talked about the car, you go down to the detail. For instance, somebody say, tell me about your childhood home. You're not there right now, but you can tell what the smell of the house look like, what is in the front door, what it's, that you can do that. That's what visualization. Then you say, speak it into existence. In your expectation, you speak. Oh, I see my brown new car, or my red car, or whatever it is. Or I see myself in that office. I'm the chief executive officer. You see yourself opening the door to the office you want. You see the seat, maybe it's a leather seat, a brown table. You see your name crowned on a stand. You visualize, you envision that. That's the visualization we are talking about. And then you speak into your existence. You say it. You say it out loud so you can hear you and other people can hear you too. You scream it. And then take the step towards it to make sure that dream or that thing you want becomes a possibility. If this message resonates with you, thank you so much for staying with me up to this time. We're like 29 minutes into the section. Let me know in the comment section. I've been having a tons of it. I appreciate you staying with me up to this hour. And if you've been waiting to start something new, like an online business, like what I do, leveraging social media, I would love to help you take the first step. Send me a message or join me in my next webinar, which is usually Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can see my link on the screen. You can send me a message and I will definitely be there to show you exactly what I do in my online business. Okay, so you can create using our business system as a vehicle to create a possibility for you. I want to leave you also with this thought that discipline yourself to do the things you need to do when you need to do them. And the day will come when you can do the things you want to do when you want to do them. So that's a powerful statement right there. And I want you to know that belief is powerful. The power of belief, expectation, and aligning it with the right action is an amazing combination that is sure to bring you result. So thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate every participation, your comments, your thumbs up, your like. Oh my goodness, an amazing section. I feel blessed to have you watching me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate. So remember, believe big, expect big, act big, and I can't wait to hear about the amazing things you are achieving. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Have a lovely evening. I thank you, thank you, Pepper. I appreciate you joining me today. It was such an amazing thing to have you with me today. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night. Bye.